coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan in the Philippines. Just getting situated here. I always start with the weather, but I almost forgot. My coffee with Gino cup, my Copico Blanca, 3-in-1 coffee here in the Philippines. Coffee, cream, and sugar all in one powder form. You just put it in your cup, put hot water, and then you're good to go. Good to go with a nice cup of coffee. As far as the weather, I was looking this morning for the weather report, and I saw this new term. I've never even heard of this term before. It's called the ITCZ. It's called the Intertropical Conversion Zone. That's what's affecting the Philippines right now. There's ITCZ. It's a belt of low pressure near the equator where the trade winds of the northern and southern hemispheres converge. This convergence leads to rising air, cloud formation, and heavy rainfall. So we're having a heavy rainfall in different parts of the Philippines. This ITCZ in Palawan, they're having heavy rains in Palawan, Catanduanes, Albay, Sorsogon, Northern Samar, and Eastern Samar. Here in our area, it's actually raining this morning. Not hard, just a light rain this morning. That's why I'm doing the live stream here inside instead of being outside. I usually try to do the live stream outside, but today, cloudy skies, a little light rain this morning. And I'm starting my live stream a little early today. Usually I start the live stream like after I drop off Leanna at school. This time I'm gonna do it before I drop her off at school because as soon as I drop Leanna from school, Mom and we're headed to Katiklan. We're gonna be going to Boracay Island today. Actually, we're gonna pick up my friend from Atlanta. He's been staying in Calibo the past 2 weeks now. He's been here in the Philippines for 2 weeks. So we're gonna pick him up because he hasn't been to Boracay Island. I invited him. I said, hey man, you wanna check out Boracay? Even though it's a day trip, we're not gonna stay overnight in Boracay. But if we leave here after we drop off Leanna at 7, I'll pick him up in Calibo 7:30. We should be in Boracay by 9 a.m. We should be in Boracay by 9 a.m. So that should be plenty of time. We can stay in Boracay till like 4, 7 hours in Boracay. I can show him around in Boracay Island. And also, we have subscribers that wanted to meet us. They've been vacationing in Boracay, I think, since Monday, and they're leaving tomorrow. So the people messaged me, and I told them, sure, that's why I kind of arranged the trip, with Mom and then my friend. That way, we can meet the subscribers also. It's not hard for us, to meet our subscribers, like if they go to Boracay, because it could be a day trip. It's not gas money is all really what I spend. And then there's Mom, she's getting dressed. She's coming along with me. Dazzle's staying. She has to stay back because somebody has to pick up Leanna from school. Today is examinations, like periodical examinations here in the Philippines. So sometimes they early release for Leanna. We're not sure, so just to make sure Dazzle's staying back. And she knows how to drive Bumblebee, or, so she'll be able to pick up Leanna from school. Plus, she's pretty tired, I'm actually pretty tired too because it was a long day yesterday. We went with James and Karen. James and Karen's Adventures is their YouTube channel. We went with them to Malumpati. Malumpati Health Springs is what it's called. Cold water. It's like the water comes out of the ground. Super clear water. It's like amazing water. And It's in Pandan, Antique, the province of Antique. It took us about an hour 15 minutes to get to the river, but it was an amazing time on the river. I actually put out a video at midnight about Melumpati, and then also James. I got it on the TV right now. I've been watching the video of that he filmed yesterday. It was just an amazing time. It's always fun when you're hanging out with good friends, good people. It's like those are the best times. Is the river, the water tubing on the river, that was just a bonus. Hanging out with good friends, is what's all about for me. My next door neighbor, okay, he wants, bonjour. Good AM, Fortune. Almost. All right. It's the drive safe. Focus on the driving, man. Focus on the driving. Oh, Jollibee. We might stop at McDonald's today. I haven't eaten breakfast. I've only had a banana. I have a banana here. I've been eating a banana. No pandesal yet, so I might have to get one of those cheesy egg desal at McDonald's. I like that cheesy egg desal. Back to Makati. All right. Have a good day, Fortune. This live stream's just gonna be quick. I'm gonna end this live stream, once Leanna's ready for school. I just want to update people, also that I'm not gonna be able to do my normal 7:30 a.m. Live stream. Good morning, Beeline. Good morning from Brisbane, Australia. Hope you are having a good day, my friend, or mate. I have a lot of Australian friends too. So it's and British friends, and that's what I've learned. It's like they like to call people mate. Actually, my good friend David, he's British, and he calls me. Me old mucka. So I'm learning all these different names and different languages. All right, I don't know what a D1 Gunner. I don't know, maybe that I remember there's a movie, what was that, Goonies, there was a movie Goonies, but I don't know if that's what you meant. Don't understand. I'm not versed on that terminology. All right. Just an amazing day at the river yesterday. We went water tubing. If you ever get a chance to get to Panay Island, that's one activity I highly recommend. It's just so much fun. Clean, beautiful clean water. You have to walk through the jungle, canopy, coconuts. Just it's an amazing experience, and it's not expensive. It's like the entrance to Malumpati Cold Springs. It's like 100 pesos, like $1.75, and the tour to ride the tube with a guide was 200 pesos each. Like $3.50. No, it was 250. So about $4.50. I almost get the numbers confused sometimes. Very wet and cool morning. Yep. Mate. Yeah, I know, right? The universal term. Mate, man. Yeah, it is. It's cooler this morning. Looks like we're gonna have rain. That's why I'm doing the live stream here. Cloudy outside. Lots of rain clouds today. But yesterday we just lucked out. It was just like all sunshine, blue skies, so it was amazing. Just today, looks like I'm gonna catch some rain going to Boracay Island today, but no big deal. I'll bring an umbrella. It's not Boracay is still fun, even if it's if even if it's like raining a little bit, as long as it's not torrential rain, you know. And I don't expect any torrential rain here in the province, you know, because of habagat. The habagat season is the monsoon season. We do get rain, but it'll drop like for 30 minutes, 1 hour, solid, like torrential rain, and then the sun will come up, you know. So kind of like people tell me it's like Florida weather, you know. It's similar to Florida weather. All right, I'm just gonna like remove you, brother. I have a feature that I can remove people here. So if not, go chase F5. I don't know what if I understand F5 tornado. I'm not gonna be catching no chase no F5. I'm not a storm chaser. I'm not a storm chaser. I just do the weather because I know there's interest of people regarding the weather in the Philippines. They're always curious about the weather in the Philippines because even though it's rainy season here in our province, we don't get as much rain as other parts of the Philippines. You know, that's same dynamic in the US. You know, there's if you live in Florida compared to California, you get more rain, more typhoons, more hurricanes going through Florida, and California stays pretty dry. We're similar. Our province here, Aklan province in Western Visayas, we don't get the typhoons here in the Philippines. Ben is my name. Hello, hello, Ben. Ben. All right, Captain. Let me just like block you. Let me just block you, man. I can do that, brother. So it's like if you're like there you go. You're deleted. Notorious one. What's your ethnicity? I am Filipino. I was born and raised in the Philippines, but I moved to the United States when I was young. Stayed in the United States for about 30 years. I was United States Air Force. I served 20 years active duty in the United States Air Force. And then I moved back here to the Philippines when I was 45 because I receive a monthly military pension, and I've been able to live here retired. You know, I stopped working at age 45. Power out there. Oh, Ben, right there, Ben. How clean is the drinking water? As far as drinking water, like me in our house here, I don't drink the tap water. We have water. It's like it comes in like a 5 gallon container. It's like purified water. They filter the water, and they actually pick up our containers and they deliver it to us. Costs about 25 pesos, about 40 US cents for one of the 5 gallon drinking water. I've been here 14 years and I've never drank the tap water because a lot of people say, you know, you might get sick, you know, from the tap water, you know. So it's not expensive to get purified drinking water, so I do that. If you're new to the Philippines, I wouldn't be drinking the tap water either. You know, it's like stick with bottled water, stick with purified water. Power outages and too windy. So far, not bad for with the power outages. We haven't been getting many power outages during this rainy season. Maybe once a month we got, you know, and usually we have the scheduled power outage here, like 12-hour power outage the whole day. It allows like the electric company here to cut trees, repair their lines, power lines. So not a big problem. I mean, it goes peaks and valleys. Sometimes it goes 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, no power outage. Then sometimes you'll have 3 power outages in 1 month. You know, it's you know, I've just learned to adapt to it. You know, it's one of the things you can't avoid in the Philippines. No matter where you live in the Philippines, you're gonna experience power outage here. The infrastructure here, as far as electricity, is not developed like in a developed country. Windy. We do get some wind, but not like our house here. We're about 3 miles, about 5 kilometers from the beach. On the beach, yes, you get more wind, but we get a nice breeze, but not too windy. Not too windy. Nutella, real Nutella. All right. Yes, we have Nutella. We always have Nutella. Uh, Leanna, she likes Nutella. Dazzle likes Nutella too. Mom too. Mom too. Mom said she likes the Nutella also. That's so cool. Do you usually come back to the Philippines? I'm actually retired here in the Philippines. I left the United States in 2011, and I haven't been back to the United States. My pension, my military pension here in the Philippines, allows me to live a pretty comfortable life. You know, not rich. You know, we have our house is like a 430 square foot. You know, tiny home compared to like in a developed country. But I have a good life here. I don't have to work. I stopped working when I was 45. I'm now 59. I'm only 3 years away from my Social Security from the United States. So that's another pension I will be receiving in 3 years. So good life. I mean, it's an amazing life here in the Philippines. Nothing beats not working. I always tell that to people. It's like working to me is just like, you know, chasing money, chasing money. To me, at some point, I always tell people, you can chase money all your life, but at some point, you'll have to stop chasing money and start living. You know, it's like living is more important. Doing the things you enjoy, owning your time. You know, it's like to me, that's priceless. That I own my time. I can do whatever I want. Each time I wake up in the morning, I own my time. Nobody can tell me what to do. I don't have a boss. I don't have a supervisor. I don't have deadlines. I don't have to attend any meetings. You know, to me, my time is precious. You know, I often hear the statement like people always say, you can always make more money, but you cannot make more time. And I've learned 14 years of retirement how true that statement is. You know, it's like we all have a limited time on this earth, and if you keep use all that time on earth just chasing money, chasing material things, and not experiencing life, doing the fun things in life, spending time with your family, going on like the river, going to the river on water tubing, adventures. You know, it's like I think you're missing out on life. You're missing out on life, and I know it. Not everybody can be in a position to like retire early, but you know, I always tell people, try to retire as early as you can, as financially able you are to retire, because you know, you don't want to wait too long. You don't want to wait too long to retire. That's I always it's kind of preach that, but you know, it's like I've helped a lot of expats move here to the Philippines, and the common thing I hear from expats here is, I wish I did retired here sooner, or I wish I moved to the Philippines sooner. A lot say, man, I just waited too long. You know, they're older. You know, upwards towards 70 years old, and they can't do the things anymore. Travel, activities on the river. You know, just you can't do that stuff as we get older. It's just the reality of things. You know, it's like you know, health wise. You know, a lot of times that our health affects some of our enjoyment in life. That's why I always tell people, as soon as you can afford to retire financially, don't look back. Just make that leap of faith and just like start enjoying life. That's so cool. Do you usually come back to the? Oh, I got that already. On Panay in Typhoon, Amen. Wendy? Panay Island, no, Beeline. We're lucky. We are blessed here in Panay Island. A mild. Typhoon season here is very mild. We don't. We've had two typhoons that's affected us the last, I would say, 11 years that I've been here. Super Typhoon Yolanda in 2014, and then Super Typhoon Ursula in 2019. But the rest of the typhoons, the 18 to 20 typhoons that come through the Philippines, it doesn't even hit our area. It rains, but it doesn't pass through our area. We're like Western Visayas, and in the Philippines, the people that get hit with like typhoons are in Eastern Visayas, coming from the Pacific Ocean, Central Luzon and Bicol, and also Northern Luzon, like in Cagayan, Ilocos Norte. Very mild typhoon season here. I mean, even right now, this is supposed to be rainy season, typhoon season. Like I'm going to Boracay Island. It's like it's not like I said, mild compared to other locations here in the Philippines. In the brownouts, I would say maybe a few years ago, we had more, but they've also improved that here in Panay. I know here in Aklan province, Akelco is the electric company here, and they do a good job of preventing power outages. Dazzle and I, we spent a month in Boracay last June. The whole month we were in Boracay, and I did notice there were more power outages when we were in Boracay, but the power outages never lasted more than an hour. So to me, it's like a minimal disturbance, minimal inconvenience. I would like one day to build guitars. Oh, nice, nice, Ben. Guitars here in the Philippines, I know Cebu. If you go to Cebu, that's like a lot of music, that's the word. They build a lot of guitars, local guitars being built in Cebu. Very popular in the whole Philippines. It's well known that if you like guitars, you want to buy a guitar, the locals handmade guitars made in Cebu. You need to visit Cebu if you like guitars. And peanut butter travels, present, present. All right, peanut butter travels. Beeline. All right. Your experience in all Boracay, so windy, brownouts, and rain. Maybe you went at the wrong time of Boracay because, like I said, we went there a whole month. We were there a whole month of June, and we enjoyed the sunset. I have videos to show it. I have a whole month of videos, Beeline. And then from summer, like if January to June, summer, it's hot in Boracay, man. The windy side is the back beach during January to June where the kite surfers are. But it's still, it's like, that's why you get all the wind. And then the wind shifts during Habagat. It moves to front beach. So right now, the kite surfers are in front beach. Brownouts are common, but they're improving. I mean, like I said, we were there in the month of June, and we have, I would say, 3-4 brownouts a week, but never lasted more than an hour. So it wasn't a big deal. It's not like I can't go to the beach. If the power goes out in the condo, I can just go to the beach, or in an apartment, I can just go to the beach. In rain, I know from January to June, it doesn't rain hardly in Boracay. Boracay gets a lot of rain during July all the way to like end of October during Habagat season. So probably the time you spent in Boracay, it's like, I lived in Boracay for 18 months. So, I got some cred. I got some experience living in Boracay. My first 18 months here in the Philippines, I lived on Station 3 at Angol Beach in Boracay. So I know, I know like I love it there, man. It's like I used to have my paddle board. Dazzle and I, we have an inflatable paddle board. I've done videos paddle boarding on White Beach. So calm. It's almost like a swimming pool in Station 3. Not all the time, of course. During the summer months. If you go to Station 3, we paddle boarded from Station 3 to Station 2, all the way to Willis Rock. So it's so calm. The beach is so calm, like I said, like a swimming pool almost. And I got videos to prove it. So, hello from Norway. Hello from Norway. Beef Master, thank you for joining the live stream. Wow, Norway, that's a long way away. I have a cousin that he was a medical technician, a lab technician. He graduated from Mapua University in Manila. And after graduation, he got hired in Norway, and he worked there for over 30 years. He's now retired in Tagaytay. Built wealth. I mean, he really saved money, built wealth, got a nice home now in Tagaytay. Ben is my name. That's the coolest to be. It is. To me, I'm so grateful, so thankful that I was able to retire early. I was 45 when I retired, super fit. When I was in the US, my hobby was I was a cyclist, a road cyclist. I did a couple of El Tour de Tucson's, 100-mile bike race. And when I got to Boracay in 2011, first purchase I had bought was like a mountain bike. And for the first 3 years here in the Philippines, all I had was my mountain bike, and I rode everywhere. Ran Front Beach in Boracay, White Beach. I ran that, it's like almost every day. After my runs, I would swim in the ocean. Rode my mountain bike everywhere. Hop, I even island hop on my mountain bike. We used to take our mountain bike on the banca, like little bancas, and we would go to, like, my friends and I in Boracay. They were musicians at Boom Boom Bar. We would take our mountain bikes and island hop with it. Go to the different islands around the area here in Buruanga and Antique, and just mountain bike. That was like our fun, and I'm glad I got to do that. Because I was able to do that for many years. Traveled the Philippines, traveled Southeast Asia. Now I'm 59. The body kind of starts slowing down. It's like you can't travel, you can't do the activities like mountain biking. It's like it's just part of aging. So I'm glad I was able to do that. It's like looking back, it was like the best thing that I did was moving here to the Philippines. Working is so toxic, being surrounded by people who just. I understand, Ben. I was lucky enough, when I worked before I quit work. It's like I had good people. I worked like my field of work. I was in medical administration, 20 years medical administration in the Air Force, and then when I got out, I worked at St. Mary's Hospital in Tucson, Arizona. So I work with nurses. I work with medical people, and medical people usually we less backstabbing, less backstabbing. And I was lucky. I had a good crew. Like risk management. I worked in risk management in St. Mary's Hospital. My friend, they're friends of mine still today. I keep in touch with them. My friend Annie, my friend Rachel. It's like. Again, because they were nurses, it's like nurses are just kind people. It's like, so not too bad for me, but I understand what you're saying. It's like my friends often tell me that's the thing, that they can handle the work, they can handle the pressure because you're making good money. It's the people, it's the toxic people you're surrounded with that's hard to take sometimes. Hello, I'm Asian. Indonesian. All right. I've been to Indonesia. I've traveled, when I first retired here in 2011, 2012. I did a lot of traveling. I went to Hong Kong. I went to Thailand. I went to Indonesia, Kota Kinabalu, Borneo. I went to Singapore. That's what you do when you come here to the Philippines when you retire. All these countries are within like 3 hours at the most, 4 hours to South Korea and Japan. But a lot of the I can go to Thailand 2 hours. I can be in Thailand from here in Panay Island. So easy. The airfares are cheap. You can get round trip tickets for $200. So easy to travel. And me, I'm always frugal traveling. So when I travel to different countries, I'm usually staying at hostels. Bargain hotels. My life, I'm able to retire because I'm frugal. It's like I live below my means. I don't try to be like living above my means and get in trouble. I'm always saving portion of my retirement. That's why I was able to build a good life here in the Philippines. Nolan Cash said hi. Hello, Nolan. We were there a month. In May, oh wow, we just missed you. We just missed you. I mean, in May, it was like hot here in the Philippines, man. It was hot in Boracay in May, so I don't know what you're talking about. It was just hot in May, right? Because I was there in the whole month of June, so it was like, I know it was like cooler by the time it hit June. May was hot, March, April, May is just hot in Boracay. That's like the peak of summer here. That's the peak of summer. Where are you from? I'm from the Philippines. Born and raised in the Philippines. Went to the U.S. when I was young. I'm dual citizen. I'm a United States citizen. I'm also a citizen of the Philippines. Maybe they're manipulating the weather. That I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. What about, where about Angol? Oh, Angol Beach. You don't know Angol Beach? You've been to Boracay and you don't know Angol Beach? Come on, man. Man, you got to get around Boracay, man. You know, Angol Beach is located in Station 3, towards Station 3 of White Beach, Boracay is where Angol is. Several beaches in Boracay. It's not just White Beach. You got the Back Beach, Bulabog, it's called Bulabog Beach. You got Tambisaan Beach. You go to Yapak Beach in Barangay Yapak. You got Iligan Beach. You got all the private beaches at Nucos, Boracay. So Boracay's pretty good size. I mean, it's still a small island, but there's several beaches in Boracay. You know, a lot of people when they go to Boracay, they just see White Beach and they think that they know everything about Boracay because they're on White Beach, but that's not what Boracay is. Boracay, that's White Beach is where the tourists go. The locals don't live on White Beach. You know, you got to get around Boracay. You got to like mix in with the locals, and that way, when we stayed the month in June, we stayed by Diniwid Beach, towards the end of Station 1, that curve. You actually have to curve around. It's not part of White Beach. Diniwid Beach is a separate beach. Locals, mostly locals on Diniwid Beach. You can take your dog. We brought our dog with us, so our dog could swim in the ocean. You can't do that on White Beach where the tourists are. You know, so you just got to get around Boracay. If you go to Boracay, don't get like trapped on White Beach. You're missing out a lot on Boracay if you just stay on White Beach. Hello, hi Kenny. We used to stay at the Sundown. I don't know where the Sundown is. That Station 1, Station. I mean, there's like 100 hotels, you know, on White Beach, and they always change names. You know, Sundown. I'm not familiar whether it's in Station 1, Station 2, or 3. But I know most people that go to Boracay, they just stay on White Beach, and I think they miss out. They miss out on a lot of Boracay when they do that. I mean, you know, there's so many barangays. You know, Barangay Manok Manok. You know, Barangay Balabag, Barangay Yapak. You know, so many places. There's the Ati Village. You know, it's like a lot of people don't know that there's Ati, the indigenous people. They have an Ati village that you can visit in Boracay. Me, when I was in Boracay, I was riding my mountain bike. So I traveled all over Boracay on my mountain bike. Stopped and, you know, ate the local food, the carinderia, you know, the inexpensive food. I could eat for less than $2 every meal when I was there. And I was eating fresh food, freshly cooked vegetables, freshly cooked meat, fish, you know, freshly cooked fish, rice, for less than $2 when I was in Boracay. And people tell me all the time, man, it's so expensive in Boracay. Yes, it is expensive in Boracay. If you're on White Beach, where all the tourists are, you just got to avoid all the tourist trap in Boracay. Randy, I'm in Tabogon, Cebu. I'm located here in Numancia, Aklan. This is Western Visayas. So you're in Cebu, you're in Central Visayas. Not too far from us, not too far. You know, we're like towards the west. We're west of you guys in Cebu. I've been to Cebu, traveled Bohol, traveled Dumaguete City. You know, I've pretty much traveled all over the Philippines. I just haven't gone to Mindanao. You know, it's like, even though I'm Filipino, with us Filipinos and Mindanao, you know, it's always been, I know it's safe. I know people always tell me it's safe in Mindanao, but for us Filipino, even my wife Dazzle, she doesn't want to go to Mindanao. You know, stuff happens in Mindanao. You know, so unfortunately, I know it doesn't happen all the time, but there's dangerous things happen in Mindanao. I mean, the U.S. Embassy has a standing order for Mindanao to like Americans to avoid Mindanao. So I'm an American, so I'm following what the U.S. Embassy is telling me. You know, it's like there's so many other places in the Philippines. I feel like in Visayas, in Luzon that you can visit. You know, so why take a chance? You know, why take a chance and go to like dangerous areas here? Kind of like in the U.S., same thing, right? If you're going to like Los Angeles, you're not gonna go down the hood. You're not gonna hang out by like East LA. You know, you're gonna go to the beach. You're gonna go to the nice areas. You're not gonna go to East LA at night. You know, you might get shot there. You know. I was 48 and retired. Good for you. All right, Randy. Love hearing that, man. Love hearing that because, you know, I think in the U.S., I think we just got programmed. You know, people, you know, I think, you know, me included, I was part of that. You know, we just get programmed in the U.S. to think that we have to work all our lives. You know, earliest retirement you can get your Social Security is 62. And so people always kind of have that, well, I can't retire till I'm 62 at the earliest. Some, you know, me, 67 is my full Social Security age. So, you know, by the time you retire at 67, I didn't want to do that. You know, I didn't want to do that because it's like at 67, you know, you don't have a lot of mileage left after. And then the things you could do at 67, you know, the things I could do at 45 when I retired 14 years ago, you know, I was still fit. I could do, you know, a lot of athletic, you know, like basketball even. I played basketball, you know. You just can't do that once you hit like 67, you know. It's hard to enjoy once you're 67. But when I reach, I'm 59 now. When I'm 67, I just want to be chilling, you know. I still want to walk, you know, walk on the beach, you know, get a little bit of exercise. But a lot of like the strenuous, you know, athletic activities, you know, you can't do that anymore at 65, you know, or 67. Lowell, all right, Lowell. Kumusta? Mabuti ako, Lowell. Salamat, kapatid. Oregon, God bless, God bless, brother. Hello from Phoenix. Hey, I know Phoenix, man. I've been to Phoenix several times. My good friend Rommel and Mina, they still live in Phoenix. I used to take trips all the time to Phoenix and stay with my friend Rommel. He comes to the Philippines too. I've hanged out with him a couple of times in Boracay. That's the thing nice about me living here in Panay Island in Aklan province. A lot of people that visit the Philippines, they end up going to Boracay Island. So my family, friends from the U.S., I can always see them in Boracay because like today, you know, it's gonna be a day trip for me to go to Boracay. Just spend like 7 hours on the beach, eat lunch, you know, and then come back in the evening, you know, so not a big thing for me to go to Boracay Island. HD, all right. Hey, have fun, man. Have fun with the Wakatrol. I remember that game when you have that stick and you're like smacking those, you know, they pop out of that, you know, that machine. I remember that. I used to play that at Chuck E. Cheese. They had that at Chuck E. Cheese. JP, hello, JP. We had a great time, JP, yesterday at Malumpati Health Springs. I just watched the video that James put out, James and Karen's Adventure. Check out their channel, you know, awesome channel. You know, we went down the river on the water tube. It was just so much fun. It was the whole day was just so much fun because perfect day. I mean, we didn't get a drop of rain yesterday. It was so sunny. Breezy. It wasn't even hot. You know, we had that little cabana thing. And then the water is a cold spring. It's cold. You know, when you get in the water, man, the water is cold. But, you know, after a while, your body adjusts, you know. But we had a great time, you know. Always fun hanging out with James and Karen. And lots of small beaches. Where did you stay? I stayed at Casa Camilla. It was Casa Camilla. It's like I found it actually before I came to the Philippines and I rented it. It was like at the time in 2011. It was in Front Beach. I mean, my door, I could see. You know, if I open my door, I can look and I can see the ocean. That's how close I was to the water. I was maybe 40 meters away from the water. From the beach, water beach, you know, it's like, and then I would do my laundry. You know, I had a machine to do my laundry, but I would hang up my clothes. Casa Camellia was like 3 floors, and on the top floor was where everybody hang their clothes. And from there, I can see the ocean. I can see White Beach, palm trees. You know, it's like it was just an amazing experience. You know, it's like I enjoyed. I lived there for 18 months. It was just a that was my soft landing. That was my soft landing in the Philippines, and to me it was the best soft landing. It made me really enjoy retirement right off the bat. You know, right off the bat, I was like enjoying my retirement as soon as I got here. You know, and then it's been great ever since. You know, it's like. And lots of small beaches. Oh yeah, plenty. I mean, there's so many private beaches in Boracay, and it's like I said, you know, people get like locked into like White Beach in Boracay, but man, there's just so many hidden beaches. Hidden beaches. My friend Ray, he lives in Boracay, New Coast. He has 2 beaches in his disposal that are private. That he can go on the beach and he'll be the only person on the beach. This is Boracay Island, you know. Yeah. He's so lucky. He's so lucky. Charlie Lass, hey, my good friend in Boston. My good friend in Boston. Good morning, Charlie. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, my brother. I'm gonna end the live stream here around 7. We're gonna take Leanna to school. Mom and I were headed to Boracay Island. We're gonna take a friend from Atlanta. He's been staying in Calibo for 2 weeks. He hasn't been to Boracay, so he's. We give him a good tour of Boracay, and also meeting a couple subscribers of ours. So it's gonna be a fun day for me. Dazzle's not coming because she's in charge of picking up Leanna. Leanna's laughing. There's Leanna right there. Where you at, Leanna? There she is. There she is. And no uniform today because today is it's called wash day. Wash day. Wash day here in the Philippines. Wednesday is wash day, and the kids. Leanna goes to public school. They're allowed to wear civilian clothes on Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. It's uniform, and then Wednesday is wash day because a lot of this is the province, low income, a lot of low income, so they know that most parents can only afford like 2 sets of uniform, maybe 3. I think Leanna got three. She's got 3 uniforms, so they allow parents to have like a wash day to wash their uniforms. Oh, you were like in station 3, man. Beeline, you're in station 3. You're right at Angle. So my wife's family is on a couple of small beaches. Yeah, and then there's like I know there's like I said, private beaches. Like I know like you have mentioned before, your wife's family is one of the OGs, one of the OGs, probably a Tirol or what else? What else? Sakapanyo, Tirol, Sakapanyo, Yap. What else, Mama? What are Julito? Hilito. Yeah, Jelito is another. Those are like the OG families, the clans in Boracay that own like most of Boracay. It's like all the land in Boracay they like own. So I'm sure your wife's family belongs to one of those families, the OGs of Boracay. Can't touch this. Hammer time. Can't touch this. Dun. Can't touch this. What's that? MC Hammer. MC Hammer. Malubunit. Do you know that family, Mom? Mom knows more about Boracay because she's the local. She's like Katiklan local. She worked many years in Boracay. So Mom was like how many years did you massage in Boracay, Mom? More than 30 years. Mom was a masseuse in Boracay Island.
But our family is in Boracay nun.
Boracay nun, yeah. Mom's family. Oh yeah, that's right, Mom. The Kuching. Mom belongs to the Kuching family. Maming. Mom, that's not the OGs. Like I said, the OGs of it's like Kuching, Maming. Those are like the OGs in Boracay. Yeah. they own land, they own property in Boracay. I probably spelled the right. It's all right. That's all right. But malabunit. Yeah, malabunit.
Malabunot.
Malabunot. There you go.
That's
Malabunot.
Malabunot.
All right. See,
Oo.
mom knows malabunot. Mom knows.
Tambisaan. Tambisaan.
They're in Tambisan, but
Yeah.
in
Next to Tambisaan, Malabunot.
Malabunot. See,
The small beach.
the small
That's
beach.
also,
All right. Oh, see, mom knows the beach. There's a beach name
We
of
have the old cemetery there.
the old cemetery. Mom is saying old cemetery, Malabunot and Malabunot Beach. So your family owns a beach, man. Your wife's family own a beach. Like I said, it's like mom's been around Boracay Island all her life, so she knows Boracay. She knows Boracay really well. When we go to Boracay, mom knows everybody there. So does Dazzle. Everybody's related to them. What dialect do you speak? I speak Tagalog. Marunong akong mag-Tagalog. Probinsya ko po is sa Bulacan. So, the heart of Tagalog, and where Tagalog is like spoken the most, or the origin of Tagalog is my province here in the Philippines, Bulacan. Bulacan. And then my wife, she speaks Aklanon, she speaks Hiligaynon, Ilonggo, because she's here, like mom. Mom lives, they're all born and raised in Katiklan, Aklan. And mom has relatives in Boracay. She's Boracaynon also. I've been stuck working overtime. Oh man, JP. Well, JP, you don't have that much left, man. Soon that overtime will be behind you, JP. No worries, JP. Soon, in a few months when you're here in the Philippines, you can just look back to that and smile. And then you're gonna realize how nonsense all that work and all that overtime, all those stuff that people do, to earn money. And I understand. I'm not trying to, we all had to work money to earn money, work. I was in the military, it's like 20 years, St. Mary's Hospital. I understand, but once you're retired, especially the longer you're retired, the more you start thinking all the nonsense that you had to put up with just to earn money. It's like, but it is what it is. We all have to do it. JP, just hang in there, brother. You're almost out. You're almost out of the rat race, man. Oh, Siegmeister. Hello, Gino, my friend. Hope all is well with you and your. Yes, everything's great, man. I mean, it's like we had an amazing time with James and Karen at Malumpati Health Springs yesterday. Water tubing on the river. I mean, come on, man. We did that on a Tuesday. That's a Tuesday for us. Today is a Wednesday. I'm going to Boracay Island. Come on, man. It's like I can't feel any better. It's like health-wise, I'm healthy. It's like I'm able to do activities now. So just grateful each day. I'm just blessed. Always thankful that I'm able to do all these things again. Said hi. All right. Hello, Harjinder. Liam. All right. Kumus mabuti? Mabuti ako, Liam. Thank you. Salamat for being on the live stream this morning. Osama, how you doing? I'm doing good. I've been to those private beaches. All right, see, it's like I'm glad. You're, there's people going away just from White Beach. There's a lot more on Boracay than just White Beach. It would be a shame if you miss out on some of the beaches. I mean, Puka Beach, that's like one of my favorite beach in Boracay. I had my wedding reception when Dazzle and I got married in 2016. We had it at Puka Beach. It's like we had it catered, we had tables, we had lechon. It's like very memorable. One of the best memories of Dazzle and I, our family. Dazzle's family was there. My classmates from college was there. It's an awesome memory for us. Coco Loco, yeah, that one I've seen. I've seen the Coco Loco. I haven't passed it in a while. But I mean, that's the thing in Boracay, man. The bars, the restaurant, they like, one time they're here, one time they're closed. A new one opens. It's like a revolving door with like businesses in Boracay, like bars, restaurants, hotels even. Like Like now I've noticed on Front Beach, people might say it's kind of like it's kind of sad, but to me it's okay because Boracay now it's turning more into Filipino tourists. Majority of the tourists now that go to Boracay are Filipinos. Back in the day, we had all the Chinese. Chinese are gone. I have hardly seen any Chinese. I'm glad I saw some Koreans yesterday. The Koreans at Malumpati. So those people, I know they stay in Boracay. They take them to Malumpati and Antique as part of the package, tour package when they're vacation in Boracay. So at least we're still getting a number of Koreans, but lower numbers. Boracay, like the foreign visitors to Boracay, the foreigners, a lot less. Big chunk of that, of course, are the Chinese. They're not coming anymore because of the conflict between the Philippines and China. I think the China government probably told them not to go to the Philippines anymore, but it's all good. I mean, that's so now it's like more catered to Filipinos. Boracay is getting more. They open a McDonald's on White Beach, right on the front beach, like the best beach in Boracay, White Beach, McDonald's. They just opened a Kenny Rogers Roasters right on Front Beach. Cement structure building 2 stories. Back in the day, most people that came to Boracay, go to Boracay before, bamboo and huts in Boracay. Now it's like big hotels and big franchises, KFC, Army Navy, McDonald's, but it is what it is. It is what they have to cater to Filipinos now because more Filipinos going to Boracay. All right, I'm gonna zoom past the comments here because I'm gonna have to take Leanna to school here and head to Boracay this morning. I saw the ID card. All right, stop for a drink. Okay, all right. I like your energy. All right. I'll sound like, thank you. LOL. The last one, not Tirol, well, it seemed like Tirol owns Boracay, right? It's like I see Tirol in Boracay everywhere. So, okay, LOL, related. Oh, Maming, all right. And mom's a Maming. Maming and Kuching is mom's family. River people, good morning. Carabao also, all right, Beeline. Hello, sorry, I'm late. The Royal Master, all right, one of the original bars, yeah. Pirates, man. I was sad when Pirates closed, man. That was my favorite bar in Station 3, my Angol area, Pirates. It's like the Red Pirates, they even have a boat, bamboo boat. Red Pirates, I'm fortunate that those places closed now in Boracay. Oh, it's the Philippines. Yes, sir. Magandang umaga po. Oh, John, Salve, and Maggie. I'm glad you made it. I'm about to end the live stream, John, because my friend in Florida, because Leanna, we got to take her to school. And then once we drop Leanna to school, Mom and I are headed to Boracay Island. Just for the day. Just to enjoy the day in Boracay Island today. Cloudy, it's kind of cloudy, so hopefully it doesn't, no torrential rain when I get to Boracay, but it's all good. I got umbrella, I got my hat, I got my Dodger hat here. I'll wear my hat, I got an umbrella, my backpack, so I'm ready to go. Jelito, very, very popular name and last name in Boracay. I know, Red Pirates, man. That was my favorite, man. I used to ride mountain bikes with he always had the shirt off, got all the puka shell bracelet, necklace, that he was my friend, and so it's a shame, man. The OGs of Boracay, man. Have a say, all right, thank you, John, thank you, Salve, Maggie, hello, Maggie. Mags, all the nickname for Maggie. All right. Take care. All right. We'll stay safe. I'll drive carefully like I drive carefully yesterday. All right. Take care. Had a look. I know, right? Joe, yeah, of course, tan, always got the shell necklace and all that. So I used to ride my mountain bikes with him, so I know him. All right, HD, Miso. All right, goodbye. All right, JP. All right, thank you all for joining the quick live stream. Tomorrow I'll be back tomorrow, normal time, my 7:30 time usually. Take care, everyone. Have a good evening. Have a good day. Everyone, please stay blessed.